Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video. So this is me, Jerusalem Passes, and we're going to go over honestly one of the most important videos on this channel. This is honestly one of the most important videos on this channel that you should and you must watch if you're a coach and you're stuck between 3 to 10,000 per month and you don't really know what you're doing. You have maybe one offer and you found out that it kind of works, right? You're getting some customers, but it just you don't know how to scale, right? So my content is all about you basically helping you overcome these obstacles and scale to 25k and plus, right, months. So yeah, honestly, today is one of the most important videos I will have on this channel because we're going to dive deep into the offers, markets, everything, right? It's going to be super detailed, super straight to the point, so make sure to watch this video from start to finish. And if you have any questions, of course, comment down below. I will be always there to answer you. So yeah, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get straight into the video and let's talk about the 3 tiers of offers and how real info businesses actually scale. Because again, a lot of people think they run some kind of info business, but they don't, right? That's why you're stuck between 3 to 10,000 per month. That's why you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to scale and nothing is working. And that's why you're on this video, right? Or maybe you were interested in what I talk about. So yeah, honestly, this is very important. So just keep watching. So let's talk about something that nobody breaks down properly, right? There isn't some coaches like scale like crazy while others stay stuck at 5 or 10 months forever. And no, it's not because there's matter, right? It's not because, they have figured it out. Trust me, nobody has figured anything out, even if they make 1 million per month. They're always trying to find something new. They're always testing something new. So get that limiting belief out of your brain, right? Do not think that, people who are doing better than you have it figured out. They don't. So that's completely false. And it's because they actually understand how their business is built. It's very simple, right? It's how they understand what exactly is the needle mover, what they need to focus on. Think of your business like a building, right? Very simply, think of your business like a building with 3 floors. For example, here we go, right? I kind of draw it. I'm not good at drawing, sorry, but hopefully this defines a building. So yeah, and floor 1 is your beginner offer, right? It's basically the entry point, what we call. It's what gets people in the door. A lot of people would call it maybe a self-liquidating offer if they would run ads, right? It's something that would pay their ads off. And so everything that the client buys after buying that self-liquidating offer is actually goes into the revenue, right, into the profit. But if you don't run any ads, this is what you call basically the beginner offer, the entry offer. And that thing could be a mini course, a cheap program, a template, or whatever else, right? Its job is not to make you rich, it's only to bring people in, new people into your world, right? Make this thing, highlight this thing. This is basically what Russell Brunson calls the value ladder. And, I think Hormozy calls it the value ladder as well. And he's 100 million offers book. So it's the same concept. If you're familiar more with Hormozy, it's the same concept. And you don't try to sell someone a 10,000 offer for the first time they see you, right? That's super stupid. Nobody would do that. And it's completely normal for you to not do that. You start by giving them a small win, right? Small win, create momentum, create that trust that you're actually the authority, that you actually can deliver results. Because once they get momentum with you, it's honestly game over from that. You could upsell them so much. Because if it's all about like giving them more results, they're always going to get more from you because you already have established the trust, which is the thing you need to always build with your clients or your people who come across your content, is building trust, right? For example, what I'm doing now, I'm building trust. I'm basically telling you that I know what I'm doing. I know I can help you. And you consume my content, so you basically trust me, right? If you keep watching this video, it means that you're kind of, first of all, you're curious in what I'm going to talk about, and second of all, you kind of trust me, right? You think, oh, maybe this guy's kind of knows what he's talking about, so I'll just keep watching. So that's why you keep watching this video. So trust is super important, right? I mean, of course, it goes back to the three things. From somebody, if somebody's going to decide to buy from you, they first need to know, like, and trust you, right? Trust is very important, guys. Focus on building trust as soon as possible with your clients. Now, the second floor is what is your transformation offer. And I mean, again, what I take is very subjective. I just kind of generalize everything. If you're in an industry where you have only two offers, you can kind of like, take this information and put it in your own industry and see what exactly what is what. But more generalized is basically your core transformation offer, right? This is the second floor, the transformation offer. And this is where you actually help people change, right? This is that $1,000 to $10,000 range offers or products, call it whatever you want. It can be the coaching, it can be the group coaching, it can be the mastermind, right? And the thing that actually gets results, right? That's the thing that people buy from you, right? To get the actual results. This is where most creators or coaches live. God, I forgot to change the creators to coaches. So whenever I say creators, I meant coaches. So sorry about that. And also where most coaches get stuck. Because they sell this one offer over and over again. It's basically, a repetitive cycle with a feedback loop. If it works, people buy it, so you just basically just repeat it over and over again, and you kind of get stuck, right? And every month feels like pressing reset on a treadmill. This is a very big point a lot of coaches experience, and that's why I'm making this video, right? To help you understand how to actually leverage and escape this treadmill. So you don't feel every month is like starting from zero, because you create momentum with your clients and they will actually upsell and buy more from you. You just need to deliver results, right? Very important, right? Have pride in your results. Do not focus on the short term. Never focus on the short term. Focus on the long term with your clients. Focus on delivering them so good results that you just have so much pride in your delivery. They feel it themselves, right? That's what I'm aiming for actually with my offer. I want to have the best results in the industry, right? I mean, it's very hard, but I am very delusional when it comes to that. So that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm very passionate about that. And this is your highest level of access. This is your premium offer. Top floor, right? I forgot to mention this one. So this is your premium offer. I mean, this can be 25,000 plus offers. Highest level of your access, your done for you service, your private advisory, whatever it is, right? The price tag here can be 10, 20, and 50,000, like again, plus. Call it whatever you want. You're not selling it to everyone. You're selling it to the top 1% who want to go from doing well to dominating, right? To being like you, basically, or to become even better than you. Think of Tony Robbins charging 12 grand for one event ticket, and think of Hormozy taking equity in companies. Right, this is like their high ticket offer. And I know it doesn't really make sense, but again, think of different industries, right? Different industries have different solutions or different mechanisms, and just kind of compare it like that, right? That's tier 3, right? That's where leverage lives. So why does this matter, right? Why does having different offers matter? And I'm not going to tell you to create 3 different offers. This is not the point of this video. It's just to kind of educate you on these offers. Because every coach who's stuck between 3 and 10,000 right now, they're playing a one floor game. They've got one offer, one level, and one way to make money, right? This is basically you, and you chose, let me paint actually, thank you. And you chose one of these offers, right? Because you saw that your market is more, it's open to one of these 3 offers, right? Maybe you're selling to more professional, maybe to professionals, maybe you're selling to more advanced people, maybe you're selling to complete beginners, right? And you chose one floor. So that's the point of this video, right? You got one offer, you got one level, and one way to make money. So when one offer slows down, your income dies with it. But coaches who break past 12, 20, 30 or 50K per month, they don't make money from they don't make more money because they got more followers. They actually make more because they've built a system of offers that basically feed each others, right? The person who buys a $97 euro or whatever currency you're in mini course can actually later buy the 3,000 coaching package that you have. Because you delivered good results, you created trust, you built momentum, and they liked you throughout the process, right? If they got results, why not, right? Why not invest into the full package? Imagine. Always have, of course, increased perceived value and actual value for what they pay for, so you can actually create this wow effect. And once you create this wow effect, they just become more ready to, upsell, to take the next offer, because it's going to be completely natural for them, like a natural step they have to take. The person who graduates the coaching can later buy the 10,000 mastermind, right? Because they've gotten results. They've made more than 3,000, for example, and now they're ready to say, look, this guy's actually, he knows what to do. I can invest into him, right? And of course, all of this is about coaches who know how to deliver results and know how to actually scale. And the pricing here can be, of course, it's subjective, very generalized. For if you're in an industry that doesn't really focuses around making money, it can be, of course, lower the prices, but just understand the sense. I'm telling you the philosophy now. Understand the philosophy, not the numbers. I'm talking about the philosophy. I'm building you that IQ around offers, how offers actually work, and how you can actually not manipulate, but leverage good service results and having a value ladder. So basically, you just made, I would say around like 13K from the same person. You just gave more value and you received more lifetime revenue from them. And if you're wondering, okay, cool, but which one should I even build right now? What should you focus on? Here's exactly how I figure that out when I work with clients one-on-one. So what I do first, oh my god, I cannot write. Wait, let me actually. So step one, what I do is I look at the buying power or at the purchasing power, right? Purchasing. I don't know why I'm writing it, but whatever. So I'm looking at the purchasing power of their market. So can your audience actually afford the thing that you're selling, right? If you're targeting students or total beginners, if you're targeting someone who's just starting out, they just want to start it, but they don't know what to do. They're kind of lost. They have no clarity. They haven't managed to make it work before, and they have a lot of, uncertainty about that process. You're gonna have to start low ticket. And when I mean low ticket, I mean like 1,000. 1,000 is pretty low ticket, right? Today. I mean, again, very subjective for the niche. Take the philosophy again, not the numbers. But if your people are already making money or they're already successful at what they do, you can skip straight to tier 2 or tier 3 because their wallet can handle it and they just see the ROI more. They're more committed to just, investing into themselves. You just need, of course, to have the right messaging, the right offer framing. But trust me, if you're targeting people who already have made something work, and you're helping them scale, then they just need to see the ROI that they're getting by working with you. So for example, again, here we have like a student or somebody who's starting, they are going to buy a low ticket more because again, they have uncertainties. They don't know what to do. They don't see the ROI. They're scared, a lot of fears around it. So they're more committed towards just testing it, trying it out. And somebody who already is an advanced in the niche, they of course are willing to invest to themselves to get to the next level. And that's why they are more ready to buy something of higher ticket with a higher ticket price. Step 2 is pain versus desire, right? Super important. Two completely different games. A pain market is urgent. They're basically suffering right now. They need to get rid of their pain right now. They don't know that they wake every day and they just think about that pain, right? It just hurts them so much. It's basically like an overweight person who wants to lose 20 kilos or 20, I don't know, like how many pounds that would be. They would pay faster because they're in pain. They would pay much more because they are right now in pain. They want to get rid of the pain. A desire market is aspirational, right? They fine, but they want more. Like somebody who's already fit, right? But they just want six pack. I say a six pack, right? There's less urgency but higher willingness to pay for premium results. And that's how you leverage these two completely different markets, right? One market has urgency and will pay much more faster to get rid of their pain, but the other market has already achieved some kind of results. They have established some kind of a system, a process that is working clearly for them, and they just want to get to the next level. They want to scale, right? It's, for example, it's jumping from 25,000 per months to 100,000 per month, right? I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, this is basically a desire. But when you're making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 per month, you're kind of in an urgency because every month is like a zero from you. It's starting over and over again. And so you're always in this urgency. You're always trying to find something new, to reinvent the wheel, to do everything alone, right? That's one of your probably major ones, that you're trying to do everything alone. You're kind of scared to invest into people, to hire people, to build a team. That's completely fine, right? But you have to realize that in order to grow, you need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice into investing into people, into building someone who is going to take care of something very important for you, right? Something that is going to free up your time, so you have more time to invest into the front end or the back end or the service delivery. Service delivery, guys. You need to invest into service delivery. You need to realize that if you deliver good results to your clients, then your potential to scale is unlimited. It just honestly comes down to your marketing, right? And to how much lead flow you're getting. But when you don't have established a good backend and you don't have good results, you don't deliver consistent results, then of course, why should you focus on the front end? Why should you focus on the lead flow if your bucket is leaky? If you don't have a system to maybe resell and upsell your customers, if you don't have a system to deliver consistent results, right? If you don't have a system, a strong backend to handle all of that, why should you invest into lead flow if the bucket is leaky, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you in this content. Let's go back. So again, the less urgency but higher willingness to pay for premium results is for the people who already have, of course, like, somebody who's already fit but wants a six pack. Paying markets usually explode into offers, to tire offers. Desire markets thrive in three ascension offers. And again, this is very subjective. You can have one offer and you will be fine in both markets. Right? I'm not trying to brainwash you into thinking that three tire offers is the answer, is a solution. It's not the solution. It's just so you can understand the philosophy of offers, offer building, and markets. It's all about your market. Focus on your market, not on your, how many tires you have in your offer. So again, let's go. So somebody who has pain, pain means urgency and simplicity. Simplicity, super important word. These buyers are in survival mode, right? They are bleeding and want abundance now, basically, right? They don't want luxury, they just want to feel the relief of their pain, getting rid of their pain. Offers here should be like painkiller style offers. Fast, direct, affordable, and clear ROI. And fast, of course, right? Super important. Always focus on the speed when you're in the painkiller style offer. Works best at the low ticket or mid ticket level, where the barrier to entry is low and the promise is immediate relief. But when you join a desire market, right? Desire could be, of course, a lot of stuff, right? It's your market. You need to understand what state your market is, your ICP is in. Desire market means aspirations and needs to feel premium. Like they are confident that this is going to work. So they're going to be super confident putting the money in investing into you. These buyers are already doing okay in whatever they're doing, right? but they just want more, because again, it's completely natural for people, right? It's in our nature to just want more, right? Whenever you're going to buy that nice house, maybe you will just want something even more nicer, right? Once you get bored. So it's completely natural, and people will always want more, even they're doing good. We're just greedy like that, honestly. I don't know why, but we're just greedy, right? More status, more position, more optimization, right? They just want more. So you can leverage that. You can leverage that by literally having a very good offer. And they're not desperate, but they're willing to pay top dollar for a refined outcome. And these offers thrive at a high ticket level. So once somebody is going to get rid of their pain, they're going to get into the desire level. So that's when you can leverage them to basically upsell them or resell them a higher ticket offer. And on the higher ticket offers, you don't only sell information or relief, you actually sell the transformation. That's what they aim for. That's why they're here, right? If you're in the real estate business, you help real estate owners or coaches just make more money, right? Or get to the next level, which is, I don't know what would be in the real estate, but a lot of money. They have managed to get to a very good level, but they just want to get to the next level. They just want to transform themselves, right? And get to the next level, it all comes from within, right? You should know that by now, that if you want to get to the next level, it's not transforming everything around you. It's transforming yourself first, and then everything around you will transform. So that's what these people are after: transformation, not just relief. For example, I really like this one. I think this is a very good example. I mean, when I was making this video script, I thought of this one. It's the human needs pyramid, right? That's what I call it. It's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can Google it. It's very, very nice. And basically, most of the market, most of the people are in these three tiers, right? And that's why it's much more better to, if you want to start with something, you always need to target those tiers, right? You need to create something that basically relieves their pain. It can be dating, it can be, I don't know, of course don't actually aim for this one, because people might not have money down here. So focus on these two, right? Safety and love and belonging. Super important issues, and people have urgency. People in these markets stay more towards desire, right? Just an example I wanted to tell you. So yeah, very important to understand psychology behind your market and your ISP. What state they are in. So pain, just so we can get clear on that, means volume and speed. Desire means margin and depth. When you understand this, you can structure your funnel and messaging to match. Your messaging and your funnel and your framing and your positioning all has to do with how you want your audience to perceive you, right? If you're in a market that is suffering from a pain, you need to address and have a messaging that basically speaks to their pain and addresses that relief that you're trying to sell them, the solution as a quick and fast relief. If you're in desire, you need to have the messaging of that you're actually going to sell them, you're going to help them transform themselves to get to the next level. I would actually give some offers as an example here, but I don't really have something to give you. Nothing comes into my mind, but yeah, hopefully you understand it. So paying buyers coming through your entry offers, desired buyers ascend after they already solved the basics, right? This is what I meant. This is what I meant when I said earlier. You basically go to the pain, you help someone get rid of their pain, and then you help someone get to the desired pain. It's the same customer, right? The same client, but they have two different sides, and that's when you can upsell them to the desire. So step 3 is market growth, right? I really like that because a lot of people overlook that. A lot of people are in dead niches, as I like to call them. They have created an amazing offer, they get market, but the market itself is not growing, and that's something bad, right? That's super bad. For example, if you look at a recent market, right, high ticket sales, very important, very popular right now, very trendy, right? A lot of money to be made in this, and it's going to keep growing for the next 10 years. It's very safe. But another market would be, for example, I don't really know what comes to mind, but like Yeah, nothing that comes to the market, but you know your market if it's going to die or no, like by just simply logic, right? AI is going to change everything, of course, in a couple of years, so just make sure that AI won't actually destroy your market growth. But let's get back to the step three. So this is market growth, and so is your niche actually expanding? You need to ask that question. Like, actually, is your niche expanding, growing year over year, or even month over month? If new people join it every year, then that means perfect, right? That means you will always have new beginners for tier 1 offers. And you can focus on tier 1 offers, of course. You can focus on volume and not quality. And enough volume to feed your higher tiers, right? For the desired offers, the people who want to get to their desired and transformation results. If it's shrinking, you will always be fighting for scraps. And that's just the reality. So be sure to be in a market that is actually growing. So now, if a market is expanding or growing, if your niche is growing, right, you get constant stream of newbies entering at tier 1 low ticket offers or entry offers. That gives you volume to nurture, ascend and monetize through tier 1 and tier 3 offers. You can scale without burning out your audience because new blood just keeps coming in every year, right? And that's so good, right? You just need to kind of, establish yourselves in that niche as an authority. Example could be, AI tools, online course creation, remote work. These are actually booming right now, guys, and new people are entering daily. And now if your market is shrinking, what you can do? Honestly, if your niche is shrinking or it just hasn't any growth, experiencing any massive growth, you're stuck fighting for market share instead of riding a wave. You will need to out of market or outspend competitors just to stay relevant. Out market or outspend, which of course is a thing you can always do, but it's just going to waste so much resources that you could put into something that could help you leverage timing and offers. Your funnel becomes a leaking bucket and you convert someone once, but there's no one new to replace them. This is especially dangerous if your offer depends heavily on beginner level buyers or your niche isn't replenishing itself. So yeah, always check, are more people entering the space every month? Or are we all just cycling around the same pond and the same people? If your niche is growing, you can build a compounding system. If it's shrinking, you better have a killer backend and a lifetime value strategy to leverage every customer that you get. And one thing you can do to leverage the lifetime value is have a coaching offer upfront and then leverage the, I would say, reselling part. So you can have different systems or even like the SaaS, right? You can have a software that you can resell to your customers at the backend. So you can leverage the SaaS as well. Like you can combine different business models together and make so much money from that, right? And that is going to increase your customer's lifetime value as well, or pivot into a growing vertical market. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Every market has different levels of people. Beginners, intermediates, and advanced, each with a different level of pain, urgency, and buying power, right? This mistake, actually, the mistake most people and most coaches make is they never stop to think about which level they're actually going to serve, right? They build random offers and hope to sell. And of course, if you're lucky, eventually you're going to find someone who's going to buy your offer, right? But businesses that scale